In this video, we're going to talk about hydrogen bonds, and if you have not already watched my video on covalent bonds, I'm going to recommend that you go ahead and pause this video and go watch that video first, because it will provide you with a foundation to understand what hydrogen bonds are. You can find the link to that video in the description for this video. So what is a hydrogen bond? Well, a hydrogen bond is a bond formed between multiple polar molecules. So far we've seen ionic bonds, which involve a transfer of electrons, and covalent bonds, which involve a sharing of electrons. But in a hydrogen bond, we're going to have multiple polar molecules that are sticking together, and they're going to be attracted by opposite charges. Hydrogen bonds are going to cause many of the properties of water. So hydrogen bonds in water are going to cause cohesion. So water is going to want to stick to itself. It's going to cause adhesion. So water wants to stick to other things. It's going to cause surface tension. And this is a direct result of cohesion, of water wanting to stick to itself. And it's also going to cause the ability for water to act as a good solvent. So here we have a water molecule, H2O. And it's important to note that water is not the only molecule that forms hydrogen bonds, but it is the most common. So here we have our oxygen and our two hydrogens. This oxygen is going to attract the electrons more strongly to itself. It's going to form a polar covalent bond with these two hydrogen. It's going to cause a negative charge at this end of the molecule. Then we're going to have a positive charge at these two ends of the molecule because all of the electrons are being pulled away from these two hydrogen atoms. Now if we add another water molecule in, we're going to have the negative end here. We're going to have two positive ends. And this positive end of this molecule is going to be attracted to the negative end of this molecule. They're going to form a hydrogen bond. They're attracted by their opposite charges. We can add more water molecules in, and we're going to keep forming more hydrogen bonds. These two are attracted by their opposite charges. We have these two positive charges attracted to this negative charge. We have two more hydrogen bonds here. And we can keep going on and on. These opposite charges are being attracted to each other. So we have the negative oxygen, the positive hydrogen. We're forming hydrogen bonds with these opposite charges as they attract each other. So in an ionic bond, we have the transfer of electrons. In a covalent bond, we have the sharing of electrons. And a hydrogen bond is caused because of the unequal sharing of electrons in a covalent bond. So we have a molecule here, and this molecule was formed by a polar covalent bond. So we have a polar molecule. And hydrogen bonds are formed between multiple polar molecules when the opposite charges attract each other.